Let's get this out of the way. That Dr. Isaac, huge a-hole. Huge a-hole. Resident Evil, the final chapter, stars Milla Jovovich, Ian Glenn, and is directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. So guys, before I get started with the review, know that after the rating, we're going to talk some spoiler talk. But up until the rating, you are fine. So anyway, let's get on with the review. What's up guys? The Resident Evil franchise is finally coming to a close with the final chapter. I can't believe that we've been through 6 of these movies, I think. And none of them are particularly good movies, but they're entertaining. And that is kind of a hard line to walk, really. Usually movies are either one or the other, but Resident Evil and even Underworld, they do manage to pull in fans, but those fans know that, hey, this isn't like Citizen Kane type stuff. This is just fun popcorn action. And that's really what Resident Evil is. Is Final Chapter any different than the previous ones? No, it's not. If you are a Resident Evil fan, if you go to this movie, you're gonna enjoy yourself. But first, let's go ahead and get into the story. So the beginning of the movie, Alice, she wakes up and she is just in a apocalyptic type of situation. And then she runs into the Red Queen. And what's a little bit different in this one is the Red Queen is kind of helping her out, kind of on her side. She says, hey, there is an actual antivirus to the T-virus. If you can get the antivirus, then you can save humanity, really. But the catch is she has to get to the bottom of the hive from the first movie. She has to get to the bottom and then get the antivirus. But I'm sure you're wondering, as Alice is wondering in the movie, why in the hell is the Red Queen helping me? She's always been a thorn in my side throughout this whole series. Now, to get into the pros, like I stated earlier, if you're a Resident Evil fan, go see this movie. You're gonna have a good time. And the number one thing that I love about Resident Evil movies is Alice. The character Alice is awesome. She's so much fun. She kicks ass, major ass in this movie. And you can tell that Milla Jovovich has a blast with this character. I'm sure she's gonna be sad to be leaving this character, because really she is what holds this whole franchise up. Without Alice, then we probably would have lost Resident Evil after the second movie. Also, there are quite a few twists and turns in this movie. Let's remember, this is the final chapter, so all bets are off. Anything can happen. And they really do go for broke in this one. They do drop some major revelations in the final act of this movie. Some might not be happy with them. Personally, I actually found him refreshing. Also, I thought Dr. Isaac was an interesting character. He is an interesting villain. He is completely consumed by greed. And another thing I like about this is they give a good reason why the T-virus was set off in the first place. And Dr. Isaac is a major part of that reason. Okay, so now let's get into the cons, because like all the other Resident Evil movies, this one is plagued by a lot of the same issues. Characters. Everything else outside of Alice and, say, Dr. Isaac's, complete throwaway characters. Even Wesker, who had moments here and there throughout the franchise, he's a complete waste in this movie, really. He doesn't do much of anything. But the crew that Alice meets up with, completely soulless, worthless, and they're extremely stereotypical. You have the one guy who doesn't trust Alice, and then you got the one girl who is really handy and can create anything for Alice. All these characters are just really throwaway characters. There's no depth to them whatsoever, and really you don't care what happens to them. So at the end of the day, Resident Evil The Final Chapter is a humdrum, just a straight up humdrum. If you're a huge fan of the series, you're gonna enjoy this movie. If you're not a fan of the series, you're probably not gonna like this movie. Okay, now we're gonna talk some spoiler talk, because like I said, in the third act, there is some major stuff going on. First off, this whole time, Alice is a clone. This was a bombshell, really. Am I shocked by that? Not really, because they've been dealing with clones throughout this whole franchise. But the fact that the main character of the franchise from the first movie was a clone is interesting. And also Alice's backstory. The image of the Red Queen is really Alice as a child. And when Alice was a child, she had this disease where she grew old really quick. And so her father gave her the T-virus. But as we all know, there was a major side effect to the T-virus, and eventually it's what caused the zombie outbreak. And then at the end, we actually see the real Alice, or the older looking Alice, and the clone of Alice was really the Alice that she always wanted to become. So anyway guys, what are your thoughts on Resident Evil the final chapter? Looking forward to hearing them. Also make sure you join the KillFlix Facebook group where we talk horror all day every day. If you look down below you can see all my social media links. If you like what I do, make sure you click that subscribe button. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and Drumdum out.